So I'm in a very, very dark room for this recording. I wasn't expecting it to be this dark, but I did want to film today with a teapot that I found at a car boot sale a few years ago. It was an Asian, I think Japanese one. I might have used it, I think I've used it in one of my tea videos before. Basically I've made a few, I think 2 tea videos so far, and I've still had requests for another one, and I thought instead of doing the same kind of thing again where it's a kind of tea store roleplay, I'll just show you what tea I have and just talk a little bit about how I feel about them and everything. So yeah, I was going to film with that special teapot, but my flatmates borrowed it because they're filming some short films and it's still at university. So I've got this mug instead. My former roommate, Moeko, she's Japanese and incredibly sweet, and as a little parting gift, when she moved out of my flat, she kind of left this with me because she was on exchange. I don't want to talk too much about that, but basically when she was away I got into the habit of using it a lot because she left it here, and I just found that I seemed to have a bit of luck when I started to use this. So yeah, this is my lucky mug now, and she thought it'd be nice for me to have it. So the first tea I'm going to show you today is the one that I'm actually going to drink for today's video. I hope that it's not too cold already. It's perfect drinking temperature, which is a bit dangerous. It should be a bit hotter, but so this isn't how it was fully packaged. Before it was in a kind of super crinkly bag, but now it's just in some plain little sandwich bags to keep it safe and fresh. I'm just going to get a little bit in my tea strainer and show you. So this is a loose leaf type of tea, which means it's not in bag form. It's, oh, the tea strain is a bit squished. Okay, I just lost a fair amount of tea. I'll pick that up afterwards, it's fine. I think I've gone quite red. Basically, like, this tea strainer has been squished in the drawer. I'm not sure why it wasn't like that when I checked earlier, but I'm not gonna make the same mistake again. But basically, just pop the tea strainer in there, and I've put a little bit too much water so that it can kind of be absorbed. The leaves can be absorbed. The water still might actually not be touching it. Yeah, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour the tea leaves in. And then they usually just sink to the bottom anyway, and as long as you just sip it, then it should be fine. This isn't the smoothest kind of setting to make tea. But So a little bit about this type of tea, which I haven't even said the name of yet. This is, it was a gift. Me and my flatmates, instead of doing Secret Santa, because it's the last year that we're definitely going to be living together, we decided to just give each other all some gifts. For one of my flatmates, I bought her a lot of Pusheen related items because she's a big fan of Pusheen. For another, some Simpsons items, including the book. I think it's Bart's Guide to Life. I can't remember the exact title, but she'd never had the book as a child, and most of my childhood seems to have been just sitting and reading that book at night. I wish I could pass the smell on to you. And for another of my flatmates, she's a fan of kind of textiles and kind of nice patterns. So I got her one of those notebooks that has gold lined edges, and they look quite fancy and shiny. And in return, she gave me this tea. So this is gingerbread chai. It's a super wintry, cosy, warming tea, and it actually kind of tastes like gingerbread. And I don't normally really like tea that has ginger in the title or ingredients. I might force myself to drink it when I'm kind of ill, but this is nothing like ginger tea. It's more like eating a gingerbread man. So it's from the company Bluebird Tea Company, which there's a store in my city, but I'm yet to go there physically because I know that if I walk into that store, I'll walk out with a lifetime of debt and full bags. Because I've sampled a few different ones, and they're all just amazing mixes. You can get them in bag form, including this one, but this one's loose leaf. And I don't know if there are actual ingredients anywhere. No, I can't see any. But I think you can see little bits of lavender flower in the loose leaf tea as well. So that's what I'm having in my tea today. And I put a little spoon with a little bit of set honey. And I put my little thing of milk. I was looking around the kitchen thinking, what kind of fancy saucer can I pour a little bit of milk in? But we don't have any fancy saucers. So, it's not all sunk to the bottom, so I think I'll be getting a little bit of a mouthful of loose leaf, but it's fine. It's so warming. I even love kind of wintry teas in summertime as well. I think they're just right all the time. When that little bit of honey hits, it's really nice. Okay, so that was my first tea. It's one of my favourites. I love it. A lot of my other ones aren't kind of packaged as kind of fancily. A lot of them are just normal kind of brands, but I just wanted to show you all of my teas. So, the next three that are in kind of pouch form are equally all wintry ones. They're gorgeous. And they're all by, I think it's just called Tea Cleanse. And I think the idea behind this band is kind of pushing health benefits of tea. I think the different tea brands deal with tea in different ways. Sometimes they just like, this is tea. Sometimes they're like, this is tea. This is like mindfulness and calming and what you need to feel kind of mentally right. And then some, I don't know, they kind of push the health benefits, like the physical ones. I think this one is more about kind of fixing your body with tea. And this one, for example, says to relax and calm the body. I can't actually see what this one says. Rooibos blend with warming spices. And this one says full of nutrients and antioxidants. And Tea Cleanse's slogan is healthy teas that taste great. And I think that they're all caffeine free as well. Yeah. So the first one is, I think I've had this one the most out of Tea Cleanses, is mistletoe tea. And this is also loose leaf. And with loose leaf it tends to go quite a long way. Especially because normally when I use a tea strainer in the normal way, where you just lift it out of the water and then perhaps pour a little bit of water away and add a little bit of milk or whatever, you can usually kind of save what's in the tea strainer for the next drink in like a few hours or something. So they do last a long time. This one's called mistletoe. Some of the biggest ingredients are yarrow flowers, mistletoe leaf, cinnamon, dried cranberries, orange peel, ginger root and mint leaf. So I can, even without opening the packet, I can smell it. That one really does smell like health. I have this when I try to drink green tea as often as possible, once a day hopefully, to kind of clear out toxins and feel kind of healthy. But sometimes when I'm not feeling that and I want something a bit more kind of flavourful and kind of really refreshing, then this is perfect. It's very kind of pepperminty. It's really nice. It's perfect for if you want to, just kind of feel like you're doing something right by your body. And if I want something a bit kind of closer to the gingerbread chai one, I'll have Christmas tea. Again, you can already smell it coming out the packet. I'm not sure what this says red bush leaves, dried cranberries, cinnamon, orange peel, star anise, that's what I can smell, cardamom, cloves, nutmeg and allspice. So you can really smell a kind of aniseedy warmth coming from this tea. From this kind of packaging, you wouldn't expect something so kind of fresh and loud. But these teas are definitely the strongest kind of smelling ones I own. They really are kind of packed with flavour. And this one, I add milk to this one. This one is when I want to feel kind of super warming and cosy. So say it's kind of getting to night time or kind of like just getting dark and it's kind of raining outside and a bit miserable. If I want to feel a bit cosy, maybe light some candles and have some of this. And this one's kind of similar, the Christmas tea. It has red bush leaves as well, cinnamon bark, orange peel, dried apple, pumpkin seeds, allspice, cloves, nutmeg and then vanilla pod. So this one's just called Winter Warmer. smells very similar, and I'm not sure what is different about it. I think it's just, it hasn't got star anise, so it's not got that kind of strong flavour, but then something else is really kind of jumping out at you. But I'm not sure which one it is. I think it might be, I don't know. I really can't tell with that one. I think it might be nutmeg or cloves. That one's lovely. That's kind of like 1/4 mistletoe and 3/4 Christmas tea. Like really warming, but also a bit kind of uplifting. So I thought I might as well show you two more normal ones. Like I said, I tried to drink green tea hopefully once a day. It can be a bit boring, so I usually like to have it with some honey. I've just got nothing fancy. And then from the same brand, some Darjeeling, for when I feel like having some kind of normal tea, but with a little bit of a kind of warming twist. I definitely, you can obviously tell I'm a fan of the very kind of spicy teas, Christmassy ones. I'm just going to have a little bit more of the gingerbread chai. I definitely swallowed a lot of loose leaf with that one. I might even try to fish a little bit of the leaves out. Will that work? I don't know. It's getting rid of some of it. This is definitely not what it was intended for, but it did an okay job. And I don't know if you watched my last video about tea, but I had this special little box full of a whole wide variety, and I still have a couple left from that actually. Most of them are gone quite quickly. Oh, I also have, I put inside the box, I know they're just Twinings, the more basic one. This is comforting licorice. I don't actually have this one very often. You kind of can't really smell it that much, but it's a very strong tea, and you need to be definitely in the right mood for some licorice tea. It's really good at night. This one's also caffeine free. Yeah, it's just, if you don't like licorice or aniseed or star anise, then you won't like this one. But if you do like it, then I'd definitely give it a try. It's really interesting. I think it's supposed to have a kind of wealth of health benefits as well. They might mention it. It's no wonder Egyptian pharaohs treasured the aromatic licorice root. Known for centuries for its soothing properties, it has a sweet yet refreshing aniseed flavour that lingers on the tongue. Surprisingly, this sweetness purely comes from the root, where all the goodness is locked away. We think it's a perfect balance of rich sweetness and mellow spice. So, in this little box, I actually have one of these loose teas. I think I got from an Airbnb or something a while ago. It's just been in my kind of tea section of my cupboard for a long time, but I'm yet to have it or try one. But it's another just Twinings kind of sample one. It says lemon scented tea. So yeah, I need to remember that and give it a go. Maybe I'll add it to a green tea to kind of liven it up. No, I think I'll have it by itself so I can truly kind of taste the lemon. I'll have it on a day when I need kind kind of livening up. Maybe the first day that kind of feels a bit warm and like we're getting to spring or something. Yeah, I've only got a few sad little teas left in this box. I don't know why I haven't finished these ones off. I think when there's so many to try, it's difficult to make sure you've kind of had all of them. But for some reason, a while ago I took this, I think it's after dinner, tea out of its little pouch, which is here. I'm going to put it back in. And then I decided I didn't want that one, I wanted a different one. But I'll have it soon. So from what I can tell, this one is kind of aniseedy as well, with orange peel, ginger root, fennel seed. So maybe it was a case of I thought it would be a bit of a nice one to have, and then I thought actually I don't want one that's that kind of spicy right now. So I'll have to get back to that at some point. This is a similarly kind of spicy one, licorice and cinnamon. I think it's definitely just a case of you really need to be in the right kind of mood for something that kind of warm. And again, for licorice. These will all be perfect. You just need to find the right time. I think I've stayed away from this one because I'm a little bit scared of it. This one also has licorice root, but it mainly has green tea, and its main ingredient is turmeric root. So that's that one that's kind of curry-ish. Which again is very niche. You need to find the mood. And then I don't know why I haven't had this one yet. 3 minutes. That'll be nice. I'll have that at a similar kind of time as the lemon one. Also, someone's just started playing music again. I don't know why this always happens. I'm sorry. But I'm going to just pop the licorice one back in its little box to save some room. And I'm going to show you my favourite box ever. This is a English tea shop selection. So it's a holiday collection, and they have a lot of varieties of these actually. I really want to try all of them. They're all so kind of different but so good. It's a similar kind of thing where the packaging is kind of normal looking, so you wouldn't expect the most kind of vibrant flavours. Like, this tea is amazing, but they kind of boast with their kind of packaging. I don't know, when you see something like this, you're kind of trained to believe that that's going to be the kind of superior one with all the fancy ingredients and everything, but it's not always the case. Some of these teas have been my favourite teas I've ever had, as you'll see from the dwindled supply. So you get 12 different types of tea, and they each originally came with 8 tea bags in each. So in a kind of pour style. And I'll show you how many I have of each of them as well. So let's begin with the first box. So they're all individually packaged inside. And I have 4 left of this one, so I've had 4 of them. And this one's black tea with chocolate, cherry and coconut. And I really wish I could describe to you how kind of vibrant these flavours are. All of them are so different as well. Even if one sound kind of similar, they'll all be slightly different in their ingredients, and they'll get it just right so that they're all kind of really unique and special. And it's definitely the same kind of thing where you need to feel in a mood for it. It's not just like normal tea or like coffee or anything. When I feel like having tea, which is several times a day, I'll open this box and I'll browse and I'll think, what kind of mood am I in? And it really depends on that, like what do I have? So this is one I have with milk. I only have milk with black tea, not green tea or white tea. But I'm not actually sure if it counts, but I count like rooibos and redbush and everything as in that kind of category. But this one is quite indulgent. It is really kind of, it's not warm in a kind of spicy way, but it's much more kind of luxurious, but not too heavy either. So that one's really good. The next one, from the amount I have inside, I think I actually have quite a few left, but you wouldn't think it, because this one is, I think, actually my favourite one of the whole selection. Oh, I have 3 left. So I'd expect for me to have none. So they come like that, to keep their freshness, I guess. But I think the reason why I still have some is because I know that it's my favourite, and I need to savour them. So this one might sound a bit odd. It's organic green tea, which I really actually didn't expect. I thought it was white tea this whole time because it's so kind of light and not bitter at all. This is peppermint melon, and the only way that I can describe this is, I don't know if they have them in other countries, but if you're English, then you might have tried those little kind of triangle shaped watermelon sweets that are coated in sugar, and this tastes exactly like those. So if you like those, then you'd love this tea. It's literally like you're drinking them, but they're not too kind of sweet either. And you don't even, I find that I don't even need to add honey to most of these teas, because they're just perfectly kind of balanced in flavours. This is another one that's incredibly kind of light and refreshing and quite sweet without needing to add sugar or anything. It's a sweet rosehip cinnamon, and this is white tea, I think. Oh, it's rooibos, with cinnamon pieces, licorice, peppermint, cloves, rosehip. So because rosehip is the smallest ingredient, it only has 4%. I wouldn't expect that to be so light with all the other ones, but that one they seem to have got the perfect amount, because it's not heavy or kind of spicy at all. It's really kind of light and crisp. That one's really nice for like the middle of the day, if you're feeling like quite productive. This one is amazing as well. So how many do I have left of that one? I have 4 left of that one too. This one I'm not expecting many left. I think there might be 1. Oh, there's 2. Okay. I'm running dangerously low. This one, its main tea is green tea. But again, it's not bitter at all. This is vanilla, mint and mango, and the mango is definitely what comes through the most. Now, I would never have put vanilla and mint together, or vanilla and mango maybe. Mint and mango probably not, but all of them go perfectly. And it's really kind of just mangoey and sweet and fruity, but not. Normally with fruit teas, they're all the same kind of like all raspberry and all of that, which actually I don't really have any of, because they're not my favourites. That one's a different kind of mango fruity tea. It's really interesting, and not what I'd expect from a Christmas kind of box either. The next one is Moroccan spice, which is similar to the first one in its kind of spiciness. It also has cinnamon, chicory, licorice, ginger pieces, orange peels. So it's a similar kind of spicy kind of vibe. That I think I add milk to this one. And I have 6 left of this. I think this one is one that I have other ones that are similar, so that's why I never quite seem to run out of some of them. That one is nice. And the next one is White Mint Bark. This is another really kind of light, refreshing, crispy one that has white tea as its main ingredient. So this is similar to the kind of rose hip one, I think. And I have 5 left of that. So it's 3 times since I've got this whole selection box, I've decided this is what I need to go for. And I think once it starts getting kind of slightly warmer or less kind of rainy, I'll probably have more of it then. This one, I think I've only had one of these. It's apple cinnamon and Earl Grey, and I love Earl Grey. I don't know why I haven't had this more. I think in a few hours when I next want tea, I might go for this one. Yeah, this one's just kind of like a little bit like a lighter kind of version of Earl Grey. But it's hard to describe. It's like a more luxurious version of regular tea. A bit like the Darjeeling, but that one's just a bit fancier. And the next one, I think I either have 0 or 1 left of these. This is coconut chai. Yeah, I've 1. So for a couple of these, a couple of my housemates also like a bit of kind of flavoured tea. Some of them just prefer regular tea. But I've let a few of my housemates try a few, and I gave my flatmate's twin my second to last one of these the other day. But I had to make sure I had 1 left because it's yeah, if you've ever had chai tea, just think of chai with coconut. It's not what you'd expect. Like, I've never thought of that myself, but it's really nice. The same kind of thing where it's warming, but not too kind of heavy, because some teas that are kind of warming and spicy make you feel a bit kind of sleepy and warm, but that one you can still kind of keep going about your day. This one's really nice too. It's similar to the vanilla mint and mango. This one's sour peach. So it's similarly kind of light and refreshing and sweet, but not too sweet either. And I have 3 left. Actually, I really feel like some of this. And I think the title describes it quite well. But don't be put off by sour. It's not bitter at all. None of these are bitter. Next, I don't think I've had that many of these for the same kind of reason. It's organic black tea with cinnamon, cocoa. It does make it a bit more luxurious. Cloves, licorice, vanilla. This is just called Christmas Night. So the next one is another favourite of mine. I kind of, even though they're not actually similar in taste, I kind of band this together in my mind with the peppermint and melon one. Peppermint melon. It's called Candy Cane, and it's similarly kind of pepperminty and refreshing, but kind of sweet at the same time. So the main ingredient is peppermint, and then it has green tea, orange peels, cinnamon, roasted chicory, natural flavourings, and vanilla pods. Again, I probably have a surprising amount left of this considering how much I like it. Yeah, I have 5 left, but it's another one that I only have that much left because I really want to savour it, because you can't kind of get these as kind of like just sold by themselves, I don't think, but it's nice. It's like a little kind of savoured thing. And the last one is sweet cookies. This one has rhubarb, cinnamon, rose hip, licorice, vanilla pods, apple pieces. So you'll notice that in all of these boxes in this selection, and a lot of the others, there's probably maybe a list of 20 to 30 ingredients, and they just shuffle around the orders and mix them up. And you think that you wouldn't be able to get that much variety out of it, but they really, really can. Even if you just take out one ingredient and have a lot more of another, and yeah, if you just switch around the tiniest amount, it seems to make a big difference. Yeah, this one's really nice as well. And I have 5 leftovers. So I'd say that the average, I've probably drank about half of the boxes. With these, it really is a case of savouring them for as long as I can. And I know that the same company do have other boxes with other types of tea that I really want to try. Yeah, I just thought I'd make another video just showing you my tea selection, because it has kind of changed and updated a bit, and it was requested a few times, including by someone, I think a recent Patreon edition. So yeah, for that person that asked for this kind of tea video, I hope that it's kind of lived up to your expectations. And yeah, if you choose to look on my Patreon and support me, you can always offer suggestions. I've got a big kind of waiting list, but I try to plan and think, oh, I'll do this one in 2 weeks and that one in 3 weeks. But sometimes I'll get to that kind of day of recording and I suddenly won't feel like doing that one. And today I really felt like just sitting down and having a genuine kind of chat with you about my tea. Yeah, so I hope that you liked it, and I hope there's a lot more to come. Yeah, I'm sorry it's been so kind of dark. It looks like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in my flatmate's little cupboard again filming, and I've got a big kind of blanket up to cover her kind of wardrobe section. But yeah, I need to go out into the, well, it won't even be daylight now. It was kind of daylight, a kind of sad Silent Hill daylight, but now it's about 8 PM, so it will be sadly dark. But I'll have to just remember, like, remind myself that it's not sleeping time yet. But yeah, I really hope that you like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.